possible to grow in life even when nothing seems to be happening? Can we rise to new heights even when we appear to do nothing? Does growth always demand motion? The truest answers to these questions are found in nature than in the theories. And one such answer reveals itself in a very beautifully ordinary place, a humble potter's wheel. There was once a potter who was working on his wheel. A curious child watched him and asked, "Why do you stop the wheel again and again? Nothing seems to happen." The potter smiled and said, "When the wheel is moving, I shape the clay from outside. When the wheel stops, the clay settles from inside. If I don't allow this stillness, the pot may look fine, but later it may crack." The potter gently added one more line: "Movement gives shape, but stillness gives strength." My dear friends, life works the same way. There is a phase of movement and activity, there is a phase of stillness and withdrawal. Only then comes the light, expansion, and freedom. In my opinion, when life folds inward, it is not shrinking us. In fact, it is redesigning us. Nature never explains this. It simply trusts and follows this process. I realized that biggest changes in my life happened in these quiet phases. There was a phase in my life where I was bedridden for several months. I could not even turn from one side to another side on the bed. My health was that critical. I became completely dependent on my family members, even for the simplest moments. Externally, everything stopped. Plans paused, opportunities disappeared, my future looked uncertain. It felt like a dark phase, as if the life has closed its doors for me. My mind was shattered. My mind was disturbed. My mind was wavering. My mind was jumping from one thought to other thought. I was constantly questioning why this happened to me? Why only to me? What wrong have I done to bear such a critical condition? Is God there? If He is there, why is He not helping me? Many and many such thoughts. Externally, I was laying still, but internally, I was not still. Completely, my mind was full with noise and negative thoughts. That was the time when I started contemplating on meditation, a technique which I learned earlier. But meditation at first was not so peaceful for me. When I closed my eyes, my mind noise became much louder. But slowly, very slowly, something profound I learned. I learned the psychological distinction that I am not this physical body and I am also not these restless thoughts. I am just an observer. I began practicing one single awareness that I am an observing self. No worry to change the body, no fight with my thoughts, just a gentle remembrance. And something subtle happened. The questions did not vanish overnight, but their weight reduced. The mind that was shattered began to soften. My inner noise started losing its power, not because my life became easier, but because I became stronger inside. Doctors were working on my body, meditation was working on my mind, and that phase has become a living laboratory for me. I did not study the mind body connection, but I experienced that. When my mind was peaceful, hopeful, and at ease, my body was responding positively to the treatment. Recovery felt lighter. But when my thoughts turned towards negativity and fearfulness, my pain increased. And the dosage of the medicine had to be increased. That is where a deep awareness struck me. I was not facing only the health issue, I was unintentionally amplifying my pain through my thoughts. So, I made a conscious decision. I stopped feeding my pain with negative and waste thoughts. Instead, I prepared a single line, I prepared a powerful sentence, fixed that like a banner in my mind, and I continuously repeated that line. And what was that single line? As I think, so I become. I repeated this not once, not occasionally, continuously, consistently, and always. I'm not saying that meditation has replaced medicine in my case, but meditation definitely gives support to the medicine. That is why I say inner stillness is not passivity, it is the power in preparation. When I came out of my health crisis, I did not return to life in the same way. I came out as a postgraduate in psychology. I dedicated my time in developing educational resources that continuously give support and guidance to the seekers who are on their inner journey. I am able to give psychological support to those in need. I developed a community project which is a value based nourishment that gives to society and also suitable to all age groups, and that was eventually been exhibited in many places. That phase taught me a truth which no success has ever taught me yet. Not all progress is visible. Most of the things happen within. What looked like helplessness was like a preparation. What felt like a delay was like alignment. This, this silent phase has given me inner stability, the strength which is always remains within me, even when circumstances are changing. I, I often pause myself and question my own realization and experience. Was that truly right? Because what I had discovered about stillness is completely opposite to the present world's trend of movement. Today, the world celebrates constant movement, faster decisions, everything fast, everything fast. On the other hand, stillness is being misunderstood. Stillness, they mean that means it is nothing, doing nothing, being inactive, losing relevance, falling behind. But no, stillness is not a weakness. Stillness is not a withdrawal. Stillness is not falling behind. In fact, inner stillness becomes a big strength for your mind because it gives clarity to your mind. If a lake is disturbed, you cannot see your reflection in that. But when water settles down, everything becomes clear. Your reflection is already there, but stillness simply revealed it. The mind works similarly. If you want clarity in your mind, there is no need to think more. The first thing which we have to do is to settle down our thoughts. There should be a stillness in our mind. This is how stillness becomes acts like a guide and takes us into the right actions. Stillness gives deeper awareness to us. Stillness gives inner stability. Before I conclude, I request all of you for a simple thing. Sit comfortably, gently shift your attention inward, observe your breath, just notice your breath. Don't try to change your breath. Your mind is very settled. Enjoy that stillness of your mind. You have that peace of mind already in you. So, my friends, last two lines, last statement. I want every one of you to feel and understand that life does not always invite us to open skies immediately. Sometimes life invites us to closed rooms, slow days, inner journeys. If we accept it, we will transform. If we resist it, we will suffer. Stillness is not the end of the journey, it is the phase where you will get wings to fly towards a new journey. Thank you so much.